2008. One of the regular timed Saturday, December 29, 2007. Perfectly timed for New Year 2008. News reports of another of the periodic alleged statements, videotaped statements of our boogeyman, Osama bin Boogeyman, concocted to create the appropriate responses in the American public to get them supporting the Bush worldwide militarism. Two messages in this statement. Number one, Boogeyman threatens the state of Israel, and number two, Boogeyman warns Iraq that America wants to take its oil. These statements are concocted by the Bush administration. Every single time that one of these well-timed statements, for instance, they come out right before the election of 2004, they had a bin Laden Boogeyman statement, including such wording such as, don't mess with Islam. Supposedly, bin Boogeyman issued this statement, don't mess with Islam, right before the Bush re-election of 2004. Gee, that doesn't make me wonder whether maybe these redneck Texans came up with this alleged statement. Don't mess with Islam. Yeah, right. Bin Boogie Saudi man would put it in those words. Don't mess with Islam. No, you know who would put it in those words? The Bush people would say, don't mess with Texas. Or Barbara Bush saying, don't mess with my boy. And they can't even but they don't care. It's so obvious, but they know that Americans are so clueless that they're just going to take it at face value and not even stop to think who really came up with the wording of this thing. So the New Year's 2008 message is, one, if you're Jewish, be afraid of the boogeyman, because the boogeyman's trying to get you. And you need to support the redneck Texans to defend you against the boogeyman, because he wants to get you. So Jews should support Bush against the boogeyman. And the other thing I want to point out is in all these news reports, it's never bin Laden issued this statement. It's always alleged. There's always a tape was released, a video was released that appears to seem like it could be bin Laden, or it looks like, or unconfirmed, somebody says unconfirmed identity, but it sounds like it could be bin Laden. It's always these unconfirmed statements. And the other statement is, Boogeyman warns Iraq that America wants to take Iraq's oil. Well, everybody in America knows that the reason we're there is to take their oil. Whether you're for that sort of operation or against it, we all know that that's the real reason we're there. People with a sense of conscience, people with a sense of justice know that it's wrong, that we're in Iraq and Afghanistan to take their oil, and all the other clods think it's right that we should be there to take their oil, because after all, we need oil. So we should take it, because we're America. Don't mess with America. But we all know, right or wrong, for or against, that that's why America's there. So why does the concocted boogeyman issue a statement to Iraq, warning Iraq that America's after Iraq's oil? Certainly Iraq knows that. The message is for Americans, that Americans can hear that there's a boogeyman warning Iraq that we're after them, that there's a boogeyman cluing the Iraqis into our real purpose for being there, and we should get worked up about that. And it means we have to get extra aggressive because, oh, the Iraqis are starting to wake up and get clued into the fact that we're there just to steal their oil. So now we have to really clamp down on them. Now we have to get really even more aggressive than we've already been. And that's the purpose of the New Year's 2008 Public Enemy #1 Boogeyman statement.